Now, the Household Affordability Index has also stressed that these developments come as the cost of filling up a basic food basket already exceeds 5,000 Rand. To expand on this, we speak to Food Forward SA MD Andy Du Plessis. Thank you so much for your time, Andy. Let's first ventilate Food Forward's concerns amid these anticipated cost increases.
Thank you very much, Tumasan, for having us. This is, as your previous speaker said, it could not have come at a worse time. We are already seeing high prices with regard to bonds and lending. And of course, food prices have increased year on year. We did our own food price survey comparison. We do this annually, comparing last year's basic food prices to this year. And we're already seeing bakery goods and bread and bakery goods increasing by 13.5% year on year. Maize, a whopping 49% increase year on year, and that price will continue to rise as we see maize shortages affecting prices. And then fresh fruit and vegetables, 48% increase, and oils up 63%. So the fuel levy has just come at a worse time when we're seeing prices at an all-time high. Although food price inflation and core inflation, or CPI, is cooling, it's coming off a very high base. And so we're seeing that this fuel levy increase are going to affect food prices, it's going to affect transport costs, and everything across the board is going to skyrocket.
Based on that, could this have been avoided, or other alternatives may be used as levers?
I think government should have looked at other alternatives. This is going to affect consumers. Every rand increase reduces the purchasing power of already overburdened consumers. People are already struggling to put food on the table. And I think they should have looked at other alternatives, like reducing government spending. There's a huge amount of wastage across national, provincial, and local governments that's either wasted, or there's huge amounts of corruption. And I think when we talk billions of rands that have been returned to the fiscus at the end of the financial year because it was unspent, I think other alternatives should have been sought instead of passing that on to the consumer. That's just the easiest way out, but it's going to affect households hard in the coming months.
It absolutely will, Andy, and I'm interested in finding out the juxtapose between a fuel levy and a VAT increase, because the outcry is not the same, but we do know, as you've explained, that the ripple and domino effects are likely to be very similar.
Yeah, I think whether it's a VAT increase or whether it's a fuel levy, the VAT increase would have been far worse, of course, because government would have recovered their 75 or 71 odd billion rand that they require, and the shortage on the fiscus. And the fuel levy, as the Minister of Finance has said yesterday, will not come close to reaching that shortfall. So I think either would have affected consumers. VAT would have been worse. So I must say it is the lesser of the two evils. But I think government should have put their heads together, that the GNU should have looked at alternatives without passing that cost on to consumers, because food prices are definitely going to go up in the coming months. We may see core inflation, which is at 2.8%, as we heard the other day, is going to tick up slowly because this is going to be passed on to consumers, and people are struggling. There's huge amounts of debt which they are turning into. Some of that debt is unsecured lending, and the amounts are increasing. And then, of course, underserved communities are using loan sharks to access debt, and they're using their salaries against that and their wages against that. And it's not a tenable situation. It does not bode well for growing our economy and improving the livelihoods of people that are already overburdened.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Andy Du Plessis is the MD at Food Forward SA, talking about the likely impact of the fuel levy increase.